So we have to graph these two functions here, okay? So function f of x equals to x to the second power, and then function g of x, which is x plus 2 to the second power plus 3. This is a different ball game, but very interesting problem. And you will see how easy we're going to make it, okay? So the first one is f of x equals to x to the second power. We all know by now how to graph that, but we're going to do it still, okay? So very quickly, we're going to use the x and y values table, all right? That famous table, right? So we have -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. All right? So once we do that, we know that if we say we get, so when x equals to -2, what's going to happen? We're going to take the function here, f of x equals to y to the second power, make the fx equals to y, and then y equals to what? -2 to the second power, which is what? +4. So you have +4 here. Then we go, when we say x is equal to -1, so what's going to happen? So this one is going to be then y equals to -1 to the second power, and that is equal to what? +1. Okay? And that's that for now. So once we have that, so this one is +1. So 0, very simple. That means 0 to the second power is 0. Okay, so for 1, that will give us what? Same thing as 1. And for 2, that will give us also 4. Got to be careful now. 4. Okay, so those are the corresponding values. So those are the coordinates for x and y. So let's go now on the graphing sheet now. Let's go for it. So we have 0, 0, which is right in the center. We have 1, 1. Okay, we have 2, 4. We have -1, and then -2, +4. So that's what we have so far for f of x, and then we can graph it connecting the dots. Connecting the points. So here we are. Beautifully done. So this is it. So once we get this, now this is f of x, so now we got to graph g of x. So to graph g of x, which is x plus 2 in parentheses, then squared, plus 3, first thing to keep in mind, the +2 is with the x. So that means what? The +2 stands for an x value. Okay? And then the +3 is outside the parentheses, and that +3 stands for a y value. Because remember, we can rewrite this problem as, this function as y equals to x plus 2 to second power plus 3. We can always do that for any function. So now, I mean for most of the functions, okay? So now what's happening here is that, so that means the 2 is an x value, so that means it's going to be on the x-axis. But what's going to happen is, well, even though it's +2, ladies and gentlemen, we're shifting our graph twice to the left. We're shifting it 2 units to the left. Okay? So that means that's what we call a horizontal shift, but to the left. Okay? So that means our function, but not finished, because we got to finish it with the 3. But the 3 is a positive value on the y-axis. So once we get to -2, now we're going to go 3 times up. We're going to go 3 times up, right? And then it lands right in here, you know, on this graph here. So that means that this is the minimum of this one here. So that's where we're going to draw our parabola, okay? So symmetry, but same function, okay? But now it's been shift left 2 units, and then up 3 units. Horizontal shift, vertical shift. All right? So we can still try to get some other points, okay, very quickly on it just to make sure, but I can automatically do it, but I just want you guys to be safe first. So let's say that we said x then equals to, let's say -2, right? So if it's -2, like how we did it before. So very quickly here, so we're going to have y equals then to negative 2 plus 2 raised to the second power plus 3. That will give us what? Negative 2 plus 2 is what? 0. And 0 to the second power plus 3. That will give us what? 3. So y will be 3. So if x equals to negative 2, this one is 3. And that's what we just got. Okay? And then if we do one more here, so let's say x equals to then negative 1. So if we say negative 1, so what's going to happen? So it's going to give us then y equals to negative 1 plus 2 to the second power plus 3. So that will give us what? Negative 1 plus 2 is what? Is 1. And 1 to the second power is 1. And that will give you what? 4. Okay? So if x equals to negative 1, y equals to what? 4. So here is it. So it's already been shipped. So we can see that it's going this way. Okay? And if it goes that way, that means if you have negative, so we are on negative 2, so negative 3. So it's coming this way as well. Okay? All right? So it's coming this way. And then when it comes to negative 4, what can we do? So negative 4, so that means it keeps it going. So negative 4 will be somewhere on the 7. Okay? Negative 4 and 7. All right? And that means 0 and 7 also. Because if you plug 0 in here, 0, that gives you 0 plus 2. That is 2. 2 to the second power is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So that will also give you 7 here. So it crosses it by 7. Okay? So then this is g of x, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we wanted. Okay? So it's the same function. The only difference is that it's been shifted twice to the left. That's the horizontal shift. And then 3 times up. So that is the vertical shift. All right? So this is it. Not difficult. The more you practice this, it just becomes very simple for you. Okay? All right. Thank you. Voilà.